do I want from my students? I want the best that they can give. I give them the best that I can give, and I expect that in return. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss Oliver.
You might be wondering why I'm dressed like this today, but I was actually working on my apartment before I came to school. In doing this activity, I'm actually giving students the opportunity to deal with something that could be a real-life problem for them. I'm remodeling my apartment, I'm moving furniture around, and I'm also removing some walls. So it's something that can definitely play a very significant role in their life, and mathematics is a significant subject. And I have to be very careful about what I'm doing because I only have a certain area in which to work with. So, what is area? In middle grades, you have to consider the fact that they have had experiences with the concept of area and length. Okay, so you all have some ideas about area. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just through blackboard and textbook, having to calculate, but it's not all that foreign. Talk amongst yourselves. Brainstorm for a minute. What do you really know about area? Discuss what area is, and anything you know about it, you will write down all the ideas about area. You can begin. It's sort of very nice to let them sit and talk to one another and sort of flush out their ideas. Do you agree with that? You're talking amongst your group. It's developing communication skills, letting them share. Okay, you don't agree with that. So you two collaborate your information together. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to build their confidence and to give them some reassurance. Okay, pencils down, that's it. Okay, we're going to start, and you're going to tell us everything that you have down about area. And the classroom is not just mine. I share that room with every student, and I want them to feel that, number one, they have something valuable to add.
Area is a space inside a figure.
Okay.
Area is square units inside a figure.
Good for you. Okay, go ahead.
Area is the distance inside a figure.
Okay, that was it for your tabling? That's fine. If you have one thing, that's okay.
Area is formula, length times width. Need area to fix house.
Okay, I certainly do. Then the classroom becomes really a place where everyone is free to express themselves.
Area is squares inside a figure. We made a mistake. Area is a measurement inside a figure.
Oh, that's what you want to say? So it's a measurement inside a figure. Very nice. And then they realize that everyone in their own way is a teacher.
Area is opposite of perimeter because area is the inside of something, not the outside.
Okay, so it's the opposite of the perimeter. Good, that's a good point. And when you tell someone then the area for a figure or for a room or so on, how do you give that area to them? I just wanted to make sure that they really had an understanding of it before I sort of just threw the project at them. What kind of measurement do you use when you present it? Take a look at what we have on the board. It's a hint.
I think you could use square units.
Good for you. So that if I had something like this, what would be the area of this figure if these represented just square units? Shandis, what would the area of this figure be?
The area would be 6.
Okay, do you agree with her? If they really don't have some knowledge of what it is they're really dealing with, the topic itself, then you're sort of like throwing them out to the water without a net. Do you agree with that, Linda?
No, I think the area will be 6 square units.
Good for you, 6 square units. Now, that square unit could be many things because when we are talking about length, what kind of units do we use to measure length?
Centimeters.
Good for you. Another unit.
Another unit is yards, feet, inches, meters,
Millimeters.
decimeters, kilometers.
Great. You've given me a lot of units for measuring length. You've given me metric units. Could someone quickly give me, what are the metric units on the board for measuring length that we have?
Centimeters, kilometers, millimeters, meters, and decimeters.
Good for you. And all of the rest are the customary units that we use, yards, feet, and inches. Okay, if I had a unit, I think it's key that they realize that when you say a square unit, this little square here, what does it actually mean? And I said that unit represented 1 square centimeter. What does that mean then, Linda?
The length of each side is 6 meters long.
And therefore, why is it therefore called a square centimeter?
All the sides are equal.
Good for you this morning. If you want to calculate area of a figure, what would you do, Linda?
You'll count the square units.
Okay, that's one way to do it. Or what's another way of computing the area for this figure?
Use the area formula.
Okay, you could use area is equal to?
Length times width.
Good for you. And I definitely wanted them to get a clear understanding of what is meant by area. Who can tell us then, what is area?
Area is the amount of square units in a figure.
Good for you. There is always that need to give them a time to relate the concept to some sort of real life situation. Why in the world then do we need to know about area?
Because if you didn't know area, you couldn't put down tiles on the floor. If you wanted to put a rug on the floor, you had to know the area and how much rug you need to put on the whole floor.
Area is important in everyday life because if you're a carpenter or you plan to paint your house, you need to know the area that you plan to paint. Or if you're an architect and you plan to build a house, you need to know what size the inside would be.
Put it here. All right, I like that answer. But I think it's key that they understand what that really means so that when they finally go to do the project, they have some sort of background foundation. You know so much about area this morning that I think it's about time you all get your own apartments. There's one hitch. You're going to share the apartment with a roommate. Now, that look in your eye. This is your dream apartment you're going to create this morning. Okay. You are going to have 4 rooms. You have a bedroom, a living room, a bathroom, and finally, there's the kitchen. And listen, I'm doing a good deal here. I'm giving you the furniture, too. Oh, yeah, man, you get the furniture for this apartment. Designing an apartment with the whole idea of having to fit furniture into small areas does become a real-life problem for them. All of the furniture has to go into the apartment. And it's also presenting the concept of area and length. You're going to make the floor plan for the apartment. With that floor plan, you have the square units. Once you get your furniture arranged in your apartment, then you're going to use the marker to sort of trace the shape of the room, and then ultimately having to calculate the area for your rooms and then the total area of your apartment. The total area of your apartment. Can someone tell us, what are you now about to do?
We have to design our own apartment.
Okay. I think listening skills are very key to learning. And how many rooms are going to be in your apartment? For when I ask them to repeat the direction.
We are going to have 4 rooms in the apartment.
Okay. I want to make sure that when they finally go to do the project, they do know what to do.
What you must remember is to have a wall between all the different rooms. You have to count the square feet.
In each room, how many square feet there is, and then just add them all together.
Good for you. So now, in finding the area, do you think that counting up the square units is the only way you can find the area? Well, we'll see what you do. Go ahead and begin working. Doesn't take a lot to have graph paper, doesn't take a whole lot to cut out the furniture and so on, and then you get students creating something. Does your rooms all have to be square and rectangular in shape?
No.
What kind of shaped room do you have here?
Like an L.
That's right, so you got an L-shaped room. That's good. Okay.
We had to really think because you had to have a wall in between each room. We had to fit 2 beds, so we couldn't hardly fit anything. We had to squish everything in.
And it took a lot of real thinking and planning.
We don't need this bed.
Oh, yes, you do. Because it's true. Well, Cleve may have to sleep on the couch, but the second bed has to go in the house.
We won't have enough to make the alignment.
You can't fit all your furniture in. So what does it mean about your floor plan? What do you have to do with your furniture?
You gotta rearrange it.
Good for you. You got to rearrange it. So it really was a lot of problem solving, using some logic and reasoning. Now, you got the bathtub facing the countertop.
This is the sink, though.
Yeah. Well, then if that's the sink, then how are you going to wash your hands in the sink? Okay. So you are going to have to change your bathtub. Yeah, that could work. No, that could work. And the kids who were the most successful in getting their furniture to fit in the rooms were the ones who really took time to think about where they could place things. So the bed, one bed is here and one, so where's the wall ending in the bedroom?
The wall ends like this is from here.
Okay, so
Walk in.
The entrance.
good, okay. How you doing?
Look, right, there's supposed to be a door right here. He's saying that this is the wall, that there's not going to be no door. She don't want to put a door.
Okay, so maybe right in this area you would have the door. So before you start marking off, make sure you've seen that it fits. I like it when they work together in teams.
So we got to get off the toilet and walk to the bathroom.
Well, where is the wall that is separating your bedroom from your bathroom? Because your tub is sitting right on the bureau. Now, I think you need to rearrange. And even though I got a little static from a few children.
We working together as a team because he let me do all the work. So
No, I'm telling her where to put it, and she did those walls. How are we going to go through the wall now? After I made the door, how are we going to go through the wall?
You two won't have an apartment. But when it gets down to it, they have to learn to share and respect one another's opinion. Rooms can't be touching. So which way do you want to go?
Okay, put it right here. How about right there?
Because she's got to have that wall.
Right here, neither.
Good social skills and interpersonal skills are very key to success in life. Good for you. So you find the area while he marks off the room as he finishes.
I like working with Mama because she helped me. If you put something one way and she sees that it doesn't look right, then if you don't do it, maybe it'll look ugly and nasty.
It was really fun to pretend to have your own apartment.
You got your 4-room? That's neat. Together they had to make a decision, otherwise they wouldn't ultimately be successful with the task. How are you going to find the area of each of the rooms?
You can count the boxes or multiply them.
Okay, what's the easiest method for you to do right now?
Multiply.
Okay, then if you're going to multiply, what are you going to have to find for each room then?
Lifetime.
Okay, that's a good way to solve it.
She challenges you and she helps you a lot.
Look how I'm doing it. Length times width times length times width.
But if you have a room that is shaped odd like this, could you divide this room into like 2 separate areas? If you find the area of this one and find the area of that one and combine them, then what do you have the area for?
Oh, I didn't see it that way.
I want my kids to feel successful and feel good about it. Oh, isn't that a beautiful apartment? And confident that they had an understanding of the math concept being developed. How many apartments are almost ready? Okay, who's got finished apartment? Okay, so let's take a look. I'm always surprised with the enthusiasm that they have in creating something. Tell us about your rooms here.
This is the living room. This is the bedroom.
This is the bathroom.
This is the kitchen.
This is the kitchen. This is the living room.
And this is the bathroom.
Good, okay. Why was it that you two were able to complete this task so quickly?
We already knew what to do. We already had imagination, and we all agreed what to do.
Well, I had fun working with him, though. It took us some time to agree with each other because he wanted to put, like, the bureau so that way we can't walk out the bedroom.
Oh, okay. And then when you came up with the areas, how did you calculate the areas for each of your rooms?
We counted.
We counted the width, then we counted the length, and then we multiplied it.
We used the formula and length times width.
Good, okay. Now just give us the areas of your rooms. Go ahead.
The area of the kitchen is 45 square feet.
The area of the bathroom was 42 square feet.
Area of the bathroom is 81 square units.
I liked in this lesson the fact that students work together very successfully.
49 square feet.
They were able to come up with the design for their apartment,
Area of bedroom, 90 square feet.
and therefore becomes more meaningful for the students to really get a grasp of the concept of area.
And the area of the apartment is 361 square units.
Very, very nice. Okay. I think you did pretty good. I think you could all help me in remodeling my house. So who's going to be able to help with area?